Good morning, fourth graders. Or I should say good afternoon now. It'll be afternoon by the time you see this. All right, so anyways, hello. All right, today is Monday the 22nd. We started off in math this week talking about financial literacy. So if you go into Google Classroom and you go to classwork, there is week 28. And the second thing here, Monday through Wednesday, math, financial literacy mini lesson. And so you click on this and it opens up here. And so today we talked about profit, income, and expenses. So we use this example of this bakery, and it says a bakery earns income selling items to customers. Let's think a bakery could sell things like cupcakes or cakes or donuts or breads and different things like that they're baking. And customers are coming in and they're buying the goods that they are selling. So customers are giving them money. So that's money coming in. That's called income. So I always think about it, it's got this word in. So the money is coming into the store. Then you can't just say that that's the money that the bakery earns, because the bakery has to pay for things like the building. They have to pay for the signs. They have to pay their employees, the lights, all the electricity. They have to pay, if they're selling cupcakes, they have to buy all the stuff to make the cupcake, all the supplies that they need, all the ingredients. So those are all the expenses that the bakery has. So profit is after you've taken out your expenses, that's what's left over. So you get money from your customers, you take out the money that you have to pay for the expenses, what's left over is your profit. All right, expenses. Adults have all kinds of expenses, and we group them into two different things. So some of them are fixed and some of them are variable. And we put this in our notes. So let me get out my notebook here and open to the page. All right, right here. All right, so we took these notes in our notebook. So expenses, income minus expenses equals your profit. So let's say I've got a lemonade stand and I sell $20 worth of lemonade. Well, if all of my expenses, the sugar, the lemons, the cups, everything that it took, the sign, everything that I paid to get ready, I have to take that money out. And that means that I only actually made a profit of $10, which is still good because I don't want to have more expenses. Like say this example down here, I only made $5. So let's say only a little bit of customers came to buy my lemonade and I didn't sell very much. Well, I still have to pay for all the stuff that I bought to get ready, meaning I'm now negative $5. So sometimes your profits cannot, you can come out in the negatives. You want to make sure that you're not spending more on your supplies than you are going to bring in. So use that formula, income minus expenses equals profit. So use that formula, make sure you write that down to show how you find those. Down here, expenses, again, we talked about how they can be broken into different things. So when you see the word fixed, I want you to think that this is the same amount each month. So things like my house bill, my phone bill, my car bill, those are always the same dollar amount every single month. I get my phone bill, I already know what it's going to be. I get my house bill, I already know what it's going to be. But things like groceries, clothing, gasoline, entertainment expenses, things like that are not the same every month. They change. Those are your variable expenses. So I'm not going to pay the same exact every time I go get groceries. I'm not buying the same things. So this bill is changing. Same thing with clothing and gas. I don't always drive the same amount, or I don't always buy the same amount. So that bill, that expense is changing month to month. Okay, so those are the two different types of expenses. Then here you have 8, 9, and 8, 11, 9, and 6. So we went over a couple of these. So here you have Dion opening a store, and the first year the store is open, he sells $62,095 worth of goods, and has expenses of $21,916. So again, we use that formula. Income, so we took his income, we subtracted his expenses, and what is left is his profit. Then going back, number 9, it's talking about Caitlin, who's opening a sporting goods store in the mall, and it says, which of these is a fixed expense? So again, go back to your notes. That fixed expense, remember, it's going to be the same amount each month. So we said that one was the rent. Advertising, electricity, tickets to a sport event, those are not necessarily going to be the same. Some months she might advertise quite a bit, and then the next month she might not. Electricity, she may use a lot more one month because maybe it's hotter, like in the summer, versus maybe she's able to not use her air conditioned so much in the winter. So the bills month to month are different. Ticket to a sport event, unless she's going to that every single month, it's not going to be the same. So that rent month to month to month to month is going to keep that same. All right, so number 6 and 11, make sure you look at those and get that completed, and then you can X out of that. We'll finish the rest Tuesday and Wednesday. Then today in reading, we went and looked at the paired passage on thunderstorms. So if you go to activities, go to your week 28 reading, click on that, and open that up. And we read this passage, so we read page 1 and page 2, and then page 3 starts on a different passage, so we stopped there, and we got out our reading notebook, and we made a Venn diagram. So at the top, we made a big circle all the way around and titled that Thunderstorms for the first passage. And then we made a second, we overlapped it to make that Venn diagram. And this one is called When Does It Rain? It's going to be passage 2. And then in the middle, we're going to talk about both. So here, we are talking about why the author wrote this passage. So we said it was to inform. It's all about thunderstorms. So they're informing us about thunderstorms. And then it's teaching us how they were formed. So tomorrow we'll read When Does It Rain? And we'll go over that one. And then on the third day, we'll talk about the things that they have in common, things that are different about them. And we'll work on some questions. So let me get out of that. All right, so you can draft that. Then we continued doing our benchmark review. So today we went over a poetry story that was in Seesaw on the passage from the benchmark called Grandma's. And then we started our Women's Month research project. We chose our person in finding resources. So Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and maybe if we have time, this is our benchmark. So we'll have to see how the time is going. Maybe Thursday, for sure Friday. Each day, our independent work is going to be on researching a person, a woman that has done something significant, had some kind of major accomplishment that you want to share. So I told everybody, try to think of someone that people don't know, maybe somebody that would be new that we would be hearing about for the first time. So try to dig and don't just don't go and pick someone that everybody already knows about. Let's try to find somebody new to learn something new. And so today we are picking our person, and then we are looking through Epic. We are looking online. We've got library resources, Sora, different places like that to find some research or to find some information about our person, and just kind of getting those materials ready. Tomorrow we're going to talk about their early life. Wednesday we're going to talk about the major accomplishments. Friday we're talking about why this person is worth celebrating. So why did we pick them? What was our reason? Today in writing, we did a Kahoot on homophones, it and its, and your. Remember, when you have the word its, you have two options. If you use the one that has the apostrophe, then you need to break it apart And you need to try, does it fit if I say it is? So if I say it's my birthday, then I would break it apart and I would say it is my birthday. Because that fits, then I need this one. Okay, if it doesn't, then I just need, it's. Your and your, same thing. If I say you're going to ride the bus today and I break it apart, you are going to ride the bus today, and that fits, then I need the one with the apostrophe. If not, your. Okay. Then we worked on the revision practice passage, Will I Make It? That is in Seesaw Activities. Go down to Writing. Will I Make It? 1 through 4. And we worked with a group and worked on that. Draft that when you're done. Then went to recess. All right, in science today, we're going to do a mini check on magnets, and then we're going to talk about how we can separate a mixture. And if you'll get out your, let me get mine, if you'll get out your science notebook. All right, so we're going to take some notes. So you can title it Mixtures and Solutions. So mixtures are, today we're going to concentrate on mixtures. So mixtures are 2 or more substances combined, but let me fix that. But do not physically change. So if something were to change, like let's say we had a chemical change, you might have a color change, or there might be a smell produced, or new matter was created. Like if you take wood and you burn it and you get ashes, that's creating new matter. A gas is released, or if you have heat or light created, like if you do like a firework or something, you are changing it. These mixtures do not change, so they keep their same physical properties. So color, size, density, magnetism, all of that is staying the same. Then it can be easily separated. We can use things like our hands. We could use a filter, a strainer, a magnet, a tweezers, things like that to help us separate. So that's down here on the bottom. Those are those physical properties right here. And then it can be identified and separated based on the physical properties. So again, here's all those physical properties right here. So here's some things, some example. Oil and water, okay? When we put those together, it's still oil, it's still water. They don't combine and create some kind of new substance, okay? Salad, you've got your lettuce, your tomatoes, your cucumbers, all of these things, they come together, but they can easily be separated. Here, if you have sand and the iron filings, you could use a magnet. Why did I write Annalie? Oh, yeah. Magnet. I must have been talking to Annalie while I was writing this. Magnet. And so you can use the magnet to pull out the iron filings from the sand and separate it that way. So these, again, are 2 or more things coming together. They're keeping their physical property. They can be separated. And these are the things down here at the bottom that you can use to help separate those. The assignment on magnets is going to be in week 28. If you go right here, Monday Science Mini Check Magnets. You have questions here. So you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You can highlight your answer. So if your answer is A, highlight it, go up to the toolbar, click highlight, and just choose a color to highlight. Okay, so go through those and get that turned in. Then on the agenda, Social studies, you have 2 videos here. Your article and questions are here at the bottom, Monday through Friday. Social studies on oil. Monday here is 1, 2, 3, and you have your article here about oil blows Texas into the 20th century. So we're going to talk about kind of the changes and things that come about. And you could click there to push play or listen or to read and follow along with that. And then we're going to continue our benchmark review, going over previous math topics to get ready for our test on Thursday. And I think that's it. All right. Thanks, guys.